Magic Johnson has expressed his deep admiration for Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, commending their ability to thrive under intense scrutiny while simultaneously elevating the WNBA. Johnson, who himself experienced similar pressures and expectations during his career, sees remarkable similarities in how these two athletes are drawing attention and uplifting women's basketball.
Clark, a standout guard for the Indiana Fever, and Reese, a forward for the Chicago Sky, have been breaking records and setting new standards in the league. Johnson highlighted that their impact is not only measurable in terms of their on-court performances but also in how they have significantly increased the league's visibility and fan engagement. These two, especially Caitlin, are definitely a direct result of what's going on in the WNBA, Johnson said in an interview with the Associated Press. They've changed college basketball. The ratings don't lie, the numbers don't lie. We see it right now, probably more Caitlin than Angel, coming into the league because she's selling out arenas. Caitlin is drawing 19,000 fans. Angel isn't there yet, but I'm sure she'll get there. The Fever, led by Clark, are leading the league in road attendance, averaging over 15,000 fans per game. Their recent game against the Phoenix Mercury saw a sellout crowd of 17,071. Their upcoming game against the two-time defending champions, the Las Vegas Aces, will be nationally televised and has been moved to the larger T-Mobile Arena to accommodate the expected crowd.
Similarly, Reese and the Sky are drawing substantial crowds, with an average of nearly 10,500 fans on the road, which is 4,000 more than last season. Johnson's own team, the Los Angeles Sparks, with rookies Cameron Brink and Ricka Jackson, are also performing well in terms of attendance, averaging over 10,000 fans.
Johnson is acutely aware of the significant boost in NCAA TV ratings driven by matchups between Clark's Iowa Hawkeyes and Reese's LSU Tigers. As a WNBA owner, he closely monitors how these players are bolstering merchandise sales and viewership for the league.
Reflecting on his own career, Johnson drew parallels between his experiences and those of Clark and Reese. He and Larry Bird famously rejuvenated the NBA in the late 1970s and early 1980s, with their 1979 NCAA championship game between Michigan State and Indiana State still holding the record as the most-watched game of all time. Their NBA matchups became must-see events that helped elevate the league's profile.
I think what we were able to do, the NBA was down, we were able to change it forever, Johnson said. We also put the madness in March because that game is still the #1 watched game all time. Indiana State versus Michigan State. Now, Clark and Reese are creating a similar buzz in the WNBA. Their games are often moved to larger arenas to meet ticket demand, and when the Fever and Sky faced off in Chicago on June 23, it resulted in the highest average ticket price for a WNBA game in the past decade, with seats averaging $351 according to Vivid Seats. Both players are also in a tight race for Rookie of the Year honors. Clark, the overall #1 pick, is averaging 16.2 points, 6.9 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game. Reese, known for her dominant presence in the paint, has set a WNBA record with 10 consecutive double-doubles and leads the league in rebounding, averaging 13.3 points and 11.4 rebounds per game.
Dwayne Wade, part owner of the Chicago Sky, also praised Clark and Reese for how they manage the additional pressure of social media, a factor that Johnson and Bird did not contend with during their careers. Wade noted that their distinct personalities and the fan bases they attract contribute significantly to the league's growing popularity.
You have fan bases drawn to Caitlin Clark because of who she is and what she represents, and you have fan bases drawn to Angel Reese because of who she is and what she represents, which brings in more attention, more sellouts, more jersey sellouts, Wade said. Johnson sees the increasing interest in Clark and Reese as a pivotal moment for the WNBA, likening it to the transformative effect he and Bird had on the NBA. He is optimistic about the future of women's basketball, especially as the WNBA approaches negotiations for a new TV deal after next season.